Oscar Wilde was always very curious about the world. He wanted to know everything about how people lived and what they thought. He spent a lot of time talking to people and asking questions. He believed that everyone had something interesting to say. He listened carefully to the ideas and stories of others. This made him a great writer, as he could understand what made people happy, sad, or angry. Oscar Wilde liked to use his writing to make people think. He didn't just want people to laugh. He wanted them to learn something important too. Many of his stories, although funny, also gave lessons about life. For example, in The Canterville Ghost, Oscar Wilde tells a funny story about a ghost who tries to scare a family. However, the family isn't afraid of the ghost. Instead, they show him kindness, and this changes the ghost's life forever. This story teaches us that kindness and love are stronger than fear. Oscar Wilde also wrote a lot about beauty and art. He believed that beauty was very important and that it could be found in many things. He thought that art, whether in a painting, a poem, or a story, could change the way we see the world. One of his famous quotes is, "Art is the most beautiful of all things." He believed that art should not just be pretty, but also make people think deeply about life. He believed that people could find meaning and truth in art if they looked carefully enough. Oscar Wilde once said, "We are all in the gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars." This shows how he believed that even in hard times, people could still find beauty and hope. His works often had deep meanings, even though they were sometimes funny or light-hearted. Oscar Wilde's plays, especially, made people think about important issues. In An Ideal Husband, Oscar Wilde explored ideas about honesty, corruption, and what makes a person truly good. The characters in his plays often face difficult choices, and the audience must decide for themselves what is right and wrong. Oscar Wilde liked to show that people are complicated and that life is not always simple. He believed that everyone has both good and bad parts in them, and that these parts should be accepted. He wrote about people who tried to hide their mistakes, but in the end, their secrets came out. This helped people understand that it is important to be honest with oneself and others. Oscar Wilde often used humor to talk about serious subjects. He believed that laughing at life's difficulties was a good way to face them. In his stories, he used clever jokes and funny situations to show deep truths about life. Even in his most serious works, there was always a bit of humor. Oscar Wilde believed that laughter could heal pain and help people see the world in a better way. He showed that even when life is difficult, humor can help us cope. One of his most famous quotes is, "To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all." With these words, Oscar Wilde encouraged people to truly live their lives and not just go through the motions. He wanted everyone to enjoy life and make the most of every moment. Oscar Wilde's stories continue to teach people to appreciate the world around them. His writings remind us to find beauty in the small things, to be honest and to be kind. Through his clever use of language, Oscar Wilde showed that words are powerful. He used his words to challenge the way people thought and to make them think about important ideas. His writings helped people see the world from different perspectives. Today, his plays and stories are still loved because they make people laugh, think, and reflect on their lives. Oscar Wilde's words have continued to inspire writers and readers for over 100 years. They are timeless, just like the lessons he taught. Oscar Wilde's cleverness with words made him one of the greatest writers of all time. Even though he lived in a different time, his work still has meaning today. He showed that a good story could change the way we see the world. Through his plays and stories, he created a world where words had the power to teach, entertain, and inspire. Oscar Wilde's legacy is not just in the books he wrote, but in the way his words continue to touch people's lives. His words still bring joy to readers, and his ideas still make us think. He proved that stories are more than just entertainment. They are a way to explore the deeper parts of life. Even after all these years, Oscar Wilde's stories continue to make a big impact on readers and theater-goers. His works have been translated into many languages and performed on stages around the world. Oscar Wilde's plays and stories are loved because they connect with people from all walks of life. No matter where someone is from or when they live, they can understand and appreciate the magic of Oscar Wilde's words. This is why Oscar Wilde remains one of the most celebrated writers in history. His clever wit, deep insights into life, and ability to entertain will continue to influence generations to come. His stories are a reminder that the power of words can never be underestimated. Oscar Wilde taught us to laugh at life, to love deeply, and to find beauty in the world around us. Thanks to his works, the world is a little brighter, a little wiser, and a lot more fun. And so, Oscar Wilde's magic continues to live on, not just in his words, but in the hearts and minds of those who still read his works today. His legacy is one of laughter, love, and a deep understanding of life, all made possible by the magic of his words.